Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Family Fudge. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my Christmas home tour for 2019. Now, this is going to be our first Christmas in this new house, but so far I am loving how everything turned out and I can't wait to share it with you today. So if you're looking for some decorating ideas, or if you just love Christmas as much as I do, stay tuned. The decorations of this year are really a mashup of all of my favorite Christmas styles. You're going to be seeing some modern farmhouse touches, lots of white, red, and buffalo check. Of course, you'll see some red trucks. And then my personal new favorite, Christmas gnomes. Now before I get started, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you love Christmas decorations, and hit that red subscribe button if you're new so that you can become part of the Fudge family. Now personally, I don't think it's ever too early to put up Christmas decorations. Now I probably wouldn't put them up before Halloween or anything, but normally I don't even put them up until after Thanksgiving. You guys let me know in the comments down below when you like to put out your decorations. I know there are some strong opinions about when is too early and when is not too early. Now, if you're already following me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll probably already know this, but this year I decided to put our Christmas decorations up early because my parents are coming to visit. Now, unfortunately, we're not actually going to be seeing them on Christmas Day since they live in California and now we live in Florida. So while they're here visiting, I want to have the Christmas experience with them, and that's exactly why these Christmas decorations are up early. And now you guys, with all that being said, let's get on to the Christmas house tour. Okay guys, I think the best place to start this tour is definitely at the front door, since this is the first thing you experience when you walk in the house. And overall, I like to keep this area pretty simple. After all, when I'm coming through the door with 4 kids, it's hectic enough. I don't want to be tripping on decorations. On either side of the door, I have these really cute little Christmas trees. I found these at Target and they actually came in a set of 2. I love that they have lights built into them, so they definitely brighten up the space, and I think they fit really well in this space. And speaking of Target, I also found this little rug at Target as well. This one is so soft and I love the bright red color. And then finally on the door, I also hung up a wreath. Now this wreath I actually had for a long time and it was looking pretty sad. So before I hung it up, I actually fixed it up just a bit. I picked up some extra ornaments and embellishments from Big Lots and I just hot glued them all around the wreath, and I think it looks awesome now. I wish I had a before picture to show you, but just trust me, this is way better. Now before I move away from the door, I will go ahead and show you some of the things I'm going to be putting outside pretty soon. I think I'm going to go ahead and wait until some of my neighbors put out their decor pieces though. To go on my front porch, I found this really interesting doormat at Big Lots. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to love it or regret it. And that's because not only does it have lights, but it also has sound. So when you step on it, you activate both. And then also for the front yard, I'm going to be adding some inflatables. I have a Mickey and a Minnie. The Mickey Mouse one is still in the garage. And then I also have several of these Mickey Mouse light projectors that I like to put all around the outside of the house. Now right next to the entryway door, we come to the niche area. And to tell you the truth, I almost always feel unsure about what to put in the niche. So for this year, I started by hanging up this wall piece I found at Big Lots. This definitely has some farmhouse charm to it, and it says, "May your days be merry and bright." Now originally it did not come with a bow on the bottom. I did go ahead and add that. I've added some candlesticks and some candles that I've had for a long time. I have a little house from the dollar section of Target. And then of course I have my Christmas gnome, and this is just going to be one of many that you're going to be seeing today because I love the Christmas gnomes. Okay guys, so now that we're past the door and the little niche area, the next thing I'm coming to is my entryway table. Well, technically this is a dresser from IKEA, but it works perfectly in this space. Lots of storage possibilities here. Now you'll probably notice that this entire section is pretty white, and that's exactly what I was going for. This is sort of my winter white section. Now believe it or not, this big wreath is actually from Lowe's. I don't normally shop at Lowe's for Christmas decor, but I was looking for a big wreath that already had lights built in that was in my price range. So I brought this guy home this year. Directly underneath the wreath, I have a Christmas countdown sign. Now this is actually from the Hearth and Hand collection at Target, and surprisingly, this is a really heavy piece. And I definitely did not want to permanently attach it to the wall, so I have several command strips on the back here, and hopefully it's not going to fall down. I'm crossing my fingers. This comes with the little numbers so you can easily count down the days until Christmas. Now also on the top here I have my lamps. These are here all the time throughout the year. These are just from Ross. In the center I've added my little house village. These came from the dollar spot of Target. I think these are so cute. They almost look like little gingerbread houses. And I did go ahead and add one little tea light inside each one. You guys will probably notice that anywhere I can put lights around the house, I definitely do. I love Christmas lights, and in my opinion, you could never have too many Christmas lights. I just love them. And then finally on top here, I also have some of these Christmas bottle tree brushes. Believe it or not, I actually found these at a grocery store in California called Safeway. They made it all the way here to Florida with us. But I do have to say quite a bit of the glitter that's on here is definitely falling off. Now before I head on to the hallway bathroom, we're going to pass the closet, or as we like to call it, the Harry Potter room, because it's the room under the stairs, of course. And on this door, I just hung up a little Christmas tree sign from Hobby Lobby, and it also added a buffalo check bow right on top. Now moving on to the downstairs bathroom. In here, I was definitely going for a red truck theme. On the floor, I have this really plush rug. This is so soft, it feels so good on my feet. The little soap dispenser in here is also a red truck. And in case you're curious, inside the soap dispenser, I have some of my favorite Christmas soap. This is peppermint scented and it's made by the Method brand. I find this at Target, and you guys, this sells out. So apparently a lot of people like this. In this bathroom, I also have some red truck hand towels. These are also from Big Lots. Pretty much everything in this bathroom is from Big Lots, except for the wallflower that came from Bath & Body Works, of course. Right now I have the one in that smells like Christmas trees. I love that one. And then right next to it I have this little sign from Hobby Lobby. So now that brings us to the family room. And if you saw last week's video where I showed you exactly how this room looks like on a daily basis, you'll know that this is a lot different. I changed a lot of things. Now usually this room has a lot of blue and teal accent colors, and since we're in Florida, I was kind of going for a beachy vibe. Now I really debated back and forth for quite a while if I wanted to just go ahead and add blue and teal Christmas decorations. You can actually find quite a lot these days, but in the end I decided to keep it traditional. You'll see a lot of white, red, and buffalo check in here. Now above the couch I did go ahead and take down my beach artwork that was hanging there. I still love that, of course. In fact, I might end up hanging it up in my bedroom, but for right now I've added some IKEA frames. Now you guys, I totally plan to put pictures of my kids in here, but unfortunately I'm still waiting for those photos to come in the mail. So in the meantime, instead of just having an empty frame, I found some really pretty Christmas wrapping paper. I just cut out a square of the paper and put it in the frame. Now I know this might seem a little weird. This is definitely not going to be hanging on my wall forever, but I think for right now it's the best solution. Now on the coffee table, I've added several different things that are all from Big Lots. In the middle, I have two of these little present boxes. I think these are so cute with the buffalo check on there and the bow. But check it out, you guys. This is just really a decorated cardboard box. I think that if you are crafty, you could definitely make these yourself. And then in the center here, I have this little lantern, like I said, also from Big Lots. I love that it has this little programmable candle inside. And I did go ahead and set this on a red charger plate just to make sure it wouldn't scratch the top of my table. And then of course we have the Christmas pillows. I really tried to keep these to a minimum. Personally, I love a lot of decorative pillows on my couches. The buffalo check pillows are actually pillowcases that I just put over my everyday normal pillows. The snowflake pillows came from Target last year, and then I have a couple of smaller pillows that came from the dollar spot of Target this year. And of course, we can't leave this room without talking about my big gnome. Out of all of the gnomes that I have in the house, this is definitely the biggest. In fact, it's almost the same size as my 3-year-old. And that's exactly why we named this gnome Big Al. That's right, you guys, all of the Christmas gnomes have their own names, although sometimes I can't remember them. I think he is so cute. His little arms and his hat are posable. There's a little wire in there. But I have to say, last night I came in this room and it was kind of dark, and out of the corner of my eye, this gnome totally scared me. I thought somebody was sitting on my couch for a second. Now, also in the family room, I have the entertainment center. Of course, this was the one that I recently painted. I think it turned out so good. I love the bright white color here. And I don't know if I've ever pointed this out to you guys, but this does actually have a fireplace built in. We've just never used it because it's usually so hot in Florida. So on this fireplace, I went ahead and hung up the kids' stockings for this year. I found these ones at Big Lots. I don't buy new stockings every year, but I just loved these and they were super affordable. And I did go ahead and attach these using command hooks so I can easily remove them, no big deal. On the top of the entertainment center, I have this cute little red truck. I found this at Walmart last year. But I think my favorite thing is definitely the garland across the top. Now this came as just a plain regular garland from a store called At Home, but I definitely dressed it up. I kind of went crazy with this thing with my hot glue gun. So as I'm walking around the house today filming, I have some Christmas music on, and right now my favorite is definitely Pentatonix. I love their Christmas songs. Now you guys, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite Christmas music is, because I would love to know. Now before we move on to the Christmas tree back there, I do want to say that I did also change out the rug in this room as well. The one I have in here normally has a lot of blue in it, and since I was trying to eliminate the blue in this room, I went ahead and just switched it out for this one. This one has a lot of gray colors and cream colors. It's nice and bright, but it's also very soft. And then of course we have a Christmas tree in here. This is one of 3 or 4, I think 5 Christmas trees that are in our house total. And this is actually the Christmas tree that we used to use when we lived in California. It's only 7.5 feet tall, so it's a good size for this room. And this is what I would call the family Christmas tree. For this one, I started by adding red, green, and white Christmas ornaments. And once I had all of those on there, then I let my kids put on the rest of our special ornaments, the ones that we've had for a long time and the ones that have sentimental value. I let them go ahead and place those on the Christmas tree wherever they wanted to. So I get my nice looking Christmas tree and they get to participate too. It's definitely a win-win when you do it that way. Now I like to have this Christmas tree with the white lights on, but there is an option to turn on the colored lights, which is actually what everybody else in my family prefers. They like the colored lights, but I like the white lights. You guys let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer. So moving on to the kitchen area, first I have this really cute Believe sign. I found this at Big Lots. And then over here at the breakfast table, I've kept things pretty simple because my kids do use this every morning and I didn't want it to get cluttered. And speaking of clutter, for the rest of the kitchen, I'm keeping it pretty simple. And that's because you guys know I do a lot of lunch videos and other recipe videos, and while I'm making those videos, I usually have a lot of lights set up and tripods and things that get in the way. So that's why I need the rest of the kitchen to be simple, so I have all the space I need for making videos. Over by the kitchen sink, I have some really cute kitchen towels. Now these are just for decoration. I don't actually use these. I found these at Walmart. Down on the floor, I have a really cushy mat, perfect if you're going to be standing at the sink for a long time. I got this at Big Lots. Right above the sink, I have another sign from Hobby Lobby, and you might remember this from the entryway because I accidentally bought 2. I already had one and I forgot. Have you guys ever done that before? Yeah, I should probably stop doing that. Right next to the sign, I have 2 little trees from the dollar spot of Target. And then over here in the corner, I have just a few things. This guy back here is actually a tray that I found at Big Lots. And then next to that, I have a little Santa. And then believe it or not, this little red truck with the tree is actually a salt and pepper shaker. And then I also have a little candle back there. Now over on the other side of the kitchen, I did go ahead and add a wreath to the top cabinets. Now we don't actually use this cabinet very often, so that's why I decided to go ahead and add a wreath on there. I think it looks so pretty. Hanging on my stove, I have a couple more decorative Christmas towels. I love those. Again, I don't actually use these, they're just for decoration. On either side of the stove, I have two more small Christmas trees. I also have this really cute red truck spoon rest. And in my utensil holder, I did go ahead and swap out my regular utensils for these red ones. I just love that pop of red in there. Now moving on to the dining room. This year I decided to use my tiered tray as a centerpiece. Last year I used it as a hot cocoa station for my kids, and it was just a big mess. So this year all I'm putting on my tiered tray is decorations, and most of these are from the dollar spot of Target, so super cheap and affordable. A lot of these I already had from last year. I just love the way it turned out. Over in the corner I have an extra Christmas tree. Now I didn't actually put a lot of ornaments on this one. I kept it kind of plain because it's definitely not our main Christmas tree. On the table itself I added this runner from Hobby Lobby. For Christmas time I also like to go ahead and add some chair pads, and I actually got these at IKEA. They were only like $5 each, which is a really good deal. Then over here on my little china hutch, down below is of course where I keep all of my platters and my Rae Dunn collection. On the top two shelves I have more Rae Dunn pieces and a few little Christmas ones as well. The red truck mugs and the platter are all from Big Lots. And of course I also have two more Christmas gnomes over here, and these are my shelf sitters. These ones have the longer legs. I think they are so cute. On the top of the hutch I also have some garland with lights, two smaller Christmas trees on either side, and these cool little metal houses that I got in the Target dollar spot last year. And then finally we come to the living room and our gigantic new Christmas tree. Now this room has definitely changed a lot in a week. This is what it looked like last week. Completely different rug, different artwork, but for Christmas I really wanted to tone down the colors. I wanted to get rid of the yellow and the blue, because as you can see for this room, right now I'm going for a red, white, and black theme. In fact, this entire Christmas tree only has white ornaments and a few silver ornaments, and that's it. Now I did actually get this Christmas tree new this year at Lowe's. It's 9 feet tall, but what I really like about this one is that it's only 4 feet in diameter, so it's not so big at the bottom. That means we can still walk around the tree. It doesn't take up as much space in my room. The only downside is that this tree doesn't have very many lights. So I did go ahead and add another strand of regular lights and a strand of larger bulbs as well. And then because this tree is new this year, a lot of the ornaments are also new, and most of these either came from Walmart or Big Lots. And I have to say I'm loving these ones from Big Lots. The details on these are super nice, yet they were really affordable, and most importantly, shatterproof. On my couches, I have lots of pillows. Now, honestly, these are just my regular pillows. I just went to Amazon and purchased covers for them so I can easily change them out each season. On the back of the couch here, we have two more Christmas gnomes, and my kids call these ones the twins because there's two of them and they look the same. Now, just like the family room, I'm also working on new wall art for this room that hasn't quite gotten here yet. Over on my coffee table, I also have an assortment of decor pieces. This little lantern is actually from Big Lots. It's just like the one on my coffee table in the family room. So you guys, I tend to buy things in duplicates or triplicates, and then I spread them out throughout the house. That way the decor kind of flows better together from room to room. And then last but not least, I also decorated one more bathroom. This is the one located in my office, but in here I just added a few things, and I kid you not, all of these things were also from Big Lots. I found so many good things there this year. Now later this week, I'm also going to be adding some decorations into the kids' rooms and the upstairs area, so let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see that too. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope it gave you some awesome ideas that you might use while you're decorating your house for Christmas or the holidays. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.